It finally hit the fan this season. Lots went down. Scott and his crazy antics. Is he in the right? Is he in the wrong? We're going to be talking Family Trippin', Part 1 of Keeping Up with the Kardashians here on AfterBuzz TV.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to our Keeping Up with the Kardashians after show here on AfterBuzz TV. You guys, Family Trippin', Part 1. And let me tell you, this family was trippin' tonight. Oh my gosh.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
You just flowed right in.
But you guys, we have a lot to talk about, as always. I always say that, but it's so true. But first, let's introduce ourselves, starting with you, Howard III.
Yes, everybody, I am Howard III. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, at Howard III. And of course, my website, howardthird.com.
Hey guys, I'm Justine, and you can find me everywhere at Let's Face It with Justine, except for Twitter, which is Let's Face It 33.
Hey guys, you can find me on everything at TK Trinidad.
And you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at Mr. Dakota T Jones. I've been doing Insta Story a lot now, which is kind of fun. I like it better than Snapchat now.
Why?
Because I feel like more people view it.
Yeah, because if you have the more followers on Instagram, then people will see that more than Snapchat.
You just started doing that?
Yeah,
the moment Insta Story did that, Snapchat was...
You're like, bye.
Yeah, because if you have more, it's very hard for people to go from, I'll link my Snapchat to my Instagram, but for people to actually, just change the app to go find you, it's, annoying, but if it's just your Snapchat story,
yeah, they're already there.
Exactly. Okay, so in this episode, I was really excited that they kind of explained why Kim acted the way she acted in the last episode, because, of course, my first reaction was, yes, Kim, he's in the wrong. Get that girl out of there. But then I was, thinking, well, Kourtney's already been with some guys. Scott is in his own room with his own life. He's single. He can do what he wants to do. I get that it was like a family vacation, sort of, but she was out of line, and I think Kim eventually realized that she felt bad for yelling at the girl. Yeah. But seeing her reaction to why she did it, she said, you've been whining to me, playing the victim, wanting all this sympathy from me. I've been feeling bad for you. I've lost sleep over this. And then I come around and you're doing the exact same thing that Kourtney's doing. And he had already relapsed. So I get why she acted the way she acted. But just seeing more of that and that girl leaving down the hallway, I was trying to see who is it? Is it someone
no, it's just
relevant, or is it just a regular girl?
Just a tramp.
Just a tramp. That's what you feel?
Well, I mean, the whole issue is it's not... Well, the thing with Kourtney is she's allegedly, the one currently is, she's confirmed it, I believe. But the ones prior to that was allegedly okay, she was hanging out with Justin Bieber. Now everybody thinks they're dating. She's hanging out with Sean Quincy, and everybody thought they were dating. It's she's just going out with these guys, and who knows whether she's doing them or not. The whole issue is that Scott was doing his things for years, and now that Kourtney's stepping out and they're taking pictures, he's getting upset, even though he has some other things on the side. Get out of here.
I know, that was a little much. But I mean, I love how whenever Kim calls Kourtney says, I would have done the same thing if you would have just been dating Kanye, or maybe had broken up with Kanye and were just still hanging out. I would have done the same thing for you. So I get why you have the dramatic reaction, but finally Scott does sit down with Kim to tell her about all this, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. You are kind of being ridiculous. Kim kind of says sorry, which I was surprised. Scott's friend, whoever he is, was around. I don't know. And that whole thing was interesting. I was like, wow. And I think one of you guys said that they filmed on iPhones. And so you could totally tell in this scene, because it would blur out, and then it was really bad quality. And then some of this episode was really hard to hear.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so it was messy, but I love how they did document this, because a lot went down.
I don't think that, it's not that I... even if it wasn't Scott, because I'm a Scott fan for some weird reason,
yeah,
who knows?
Very weird.
Yeah, I don't know why I have this obsession with him. It's really weird. But even if it wasn't him, putting it out of the equation that it's Scott, I still he has his own life, and that's why I didn't understand why Kim did that. I think really the main reason is because, that's my sister. When it's your sister or your sibling, you do it, but I did not. They're not together. Kourtney's made it very known. She never wants to be with him again. So, so what is he gonna sit and wait?
I think the thing too with that is if he had his own place, it might have been a little bit different. But they were all staying in the same kind of house, compound.
I was still talking about last week, when Kim freaked out. This time is different.
No,
yes.
well, no, this time. No, I'm talking about the last time. So there's two things. The last time he brought the girl in and they were all staying in that compound in Dubai.
Oh, it was, yeah.
And that to me, beyond the fact that him and Courtney are no longer dating or whatever, that's a whole nother issue because now you're bringing a stranger into a whole situation.
Wait, so it's not like a separate hotel room that they
No,
had?
they're all in the same. When she was coming up the elevator, they're like all in the same kind of compound.
I thought it was
that's
different
what you said.
hotel.
Me too.
Now the one in Costa Rica is a different hotel.
Oh,
He bring
gosh.
this chick, which is not necessarily an issue because all he has to do is explain that like I need to get laid and you're not laying me, so I'm bringing this girl. If he did that from the beginning, they can't be upset at him because that was his choice and it's off. It's not in the family home technically.
You know what though? That
didn't
brings
realize
a whole
that,
aspect
though.
to
Yeah.
last week and the beginning of this week because I thought it was a separate hotel.
Oh
room.
no,
Me too.
they're all in
Me
the same.
too.
It was like a compound.
I thought it was like I was thinking that's Scott. That's his own room. Like he's allowed to bring whoever
Well,
he
it's his
wants.
own room, but not.
That's what I thought. I thought they each had their own like
Yeah.
room.
It was like
Not
a
a
house.
house.
It was like a compound.
That's so
Oh,
different.
that
They should
makes
have
it
explained that better because you guys, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
No, I didn't. But I would have reacted probably the same now because
Yeah.
Kim has had all this stuff going on. She doesn't want some random
Right.
stranger in her house
Exactly.
stealing whatever they want or
Yeah.
doing
That
whatever
makes
they
it
want.
so different. I thought they all had their own hotel
See,
rooms.
Yeah, but let's talk about different because Costa Rica was a little crazy. It didn't all go
Oh my
as
God.
planned. Everyone did join in. Chloe kind of arranged it all. There was fireworks. Everything seemed great. And then Scott, like, honestly, like, she didn't, I guess Courtney didn't say no. I mean, she was like, stop giggling and stuff. But, like, he was like, coming up behind her in the bed and like literally kissed her on the mouth a few times.
Right.
Trying to
It's
make
like,
out with
okay,
him.
like she's not with it right now. Like that's harassment. Like get off of her.
No.
Come
Courtney
on.
is with it. She keeps leading him on very hard.
I don't know if she's leading him on.
She's not figuring no.
Well,
you-
I
if-
think that's the dynamic of her relationship, but it seems like Courtney doesn't like. I think we had mentioned this before on the show. It seems like she doesn't like having sex a lot anyway.
Unless she wants a baby.
Right.
But the thing is, if someone was doing that to me and I really didn't want them to, I'd be like,
Exactly.
no. And especially because there's cameras there, I'd be like, no, seriously, like this isn't funny. Get off. Like it's annoying. But when I like someone or you're still, I'm just like, stop.
I think
Like
she's
that's how
always
I
gonna love
act.
him. That's the. Like, I mean, I think it's
But
one
it's
of those
still
things
leading
like
on.
those wounded people that you're like you wish you're hoping for the best and they just can't get it together. I think she's always
Agree.
gonna love him, and it's always gonna be that. I swear they're probably. Well, I think Kanye and Kim are gonna hang in there too, but they're gonna have that dysfunctional relationship until. Like
It's
You know,
too
I
much.
it is a lot, but I feel like if Courtney, because he's been sober for a while now, like if she could have just given him like one last shot. I know she went back and forth for years, and we were just like, get out of it, like it's toxic. But I feel like if maybe she would have been like, wow, okay, I see you. Maybe we're not going to be 110% together, but I will be there for you in a sense where we're kind of romantic a little bit. I don't know. Because I feel like if she would have done that, he might have not relapsed. But that shouldn't be on her
But
either.
but that shouldn't. You can't rely your happiness on one person.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna stay sober, but it's only the way Courtney reacts.
Yeah.
Either makes me like drink or
Right.
like he basically is saying the reasons why he's doing things is because of Courtney, and you can't live through one person.
No, and he needs to live for himself before he can live for anyone else. That's
Yeah.
definitely true.
He's too out of a mess.
He's a mess. A hot
He
mess.
was doing so good though.
I
was.
I was so proud of him, and now I'm like, you're letting me down, Scott.
I know, and this whole time, like he's been all lovey-dovey to her. They go to this dino park. He's with his kids.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, can we talk for 1 second about that little girl? He's like, can I have a picture? And Courtney's like, sure, like getting ready, like take the photo with the girl.
Oh my gosh.
And she wants it with Mason, and I was like,
I love that.
And then they're like, come on, Mason, and he was just kind of like,
I know.
he's just like an awkward kid. He's like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
girls are
so-
yucky. That's what he's.
You know what's funny though is the fact that like I don't think they ever let anyone take pictures with their kids.
I don't
She's
think so
probably the
either.
only one that has a photo with Mason. Like literally, like they were very protective on their kids. I don't think they want pictures of their kids out on the internet. They don't want anyone asking them for photos. So the fact that this little girl like, that part made me laugh so hard because Courtney was like, oh see, like thinking, oh I want a photo,
Right.
like she wants a photo with me. But that was so funny. I loved that.
No, it makes me sad though about that. Like going back a little bit to Courtney and Scott, like you do see that they have these kids and they have so much fun, and then like he like it's like you see the sadness in his eyes, and it's like it's just I wish that things could work, but it's not, and it sucks because they have the whole family dynamic, but it's just not working.
Yeah.
And it's sad.
I mean, the only thing he's really not getting is sex. I mean, that's
or emotion at like I don't think she even shows him like the
lot of emotion.
yeah, like even if you're not having sex with them, like
Yeah, but
emotion.
That's what I think. That's why I think she's not showing the emotion, because if she were to show a little bit more emotion other than like letting him like play around or anything, then he's actually gonna think he has a hope. Like I think in his mind it's like, okay, well I'm gonna try this, and she's still saying no. Okay, well fine. But I think if she were to give him a little bit more, then
She
that's
still is leading him on though.
She is.
She really
She
is.
But I just think that's the relationship. Like I mean,
No.
I don't
It's too
know.
much.
It's a
It's
lot.
like, okay, if we go on a trip, I don't have kids, I don't, whatever. But if I go on a trip with my boo and we say, okay, we're just here for our kids, we need to just be here for the kids.
Right.
Scott is thinking, oh, we're going to Aspen. I'm going to see if I can get my woman back. I'm going to see if I can hopefully get married, Like he's thinking more. And
I just think he was just trying to get laid.
By her?
By her?
Yeah.
I think he's literally obsessed with her. And I think he'd get laid by anyone, but I don't think it's just getting laid with her. I
don't
think
know.
he's
I think
in
it's
love with
more,
her.
yeah.
He's in love with her, but he admits in a preview at some point. I don't know if this episode's been released yet, but he says he's a sex addict.
Oh
And
my
so-
God.
Yeah, I
All
remember
right,
that.
Scott.
You're right.
Come
yeah.
on.
And so-
Scott.
Okay,
He's a
so
sex addict. Okay, that's a little much. Come on.
it is a lot, but
All right.
I think
What'd you say?
Your teeth.
But okay.
I just
Okay, Scott.
So he brings Chelsea on this trip. Some girl named Chelsea.
That was funny.
And that's why he's staying in his own place and everything.
Their conversation leading up to that was really funny, though.
Do you think do you think he brought her after he realized that he couldn't get laid, or do you think that he brought her like that was already planned before he got there?
Probably already planned.
I think like
think
day
so?
2. I think
No.
he got there
I
and
don't
he was
know.
like, it's not working out. Hey, boo, come through.
Because I think he got the room because
Uh-huh.
he may have thought like, okay, it's not gonna go down. And I think the first day he probably he tested the waters
Yeah.
and then realized that he couldn't, and
Yeah.
then kind of had her on standby.
He probably did it
think
just
so,
in
too.
case. Like, he probably got, because the way he said it, he's like, oh, I don't want to be under the same
Right.
roof, which is just weird. So he probably did it like, I'm going to see if I can get Courtney. And if I can't, then I'll have the backup girl.
I don't know why he would fly her out though. Like, there's other pretty girls in Costa Rica. I don't
What-
understand
Yeah,
what's
but
so
then
different about this girl.
You have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like it's already
Do
like
you think this girl is the one from before?
from Dubai.
Oh
Yeah.
No.
no. Mm-mm.
No.
You think it was just some random Dubai person that was like there?
I
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
But
I
this
think
what
he
I
has like a roster. Like he has like a roster on his phone of like girls who are willing to, and he's been there before. And this, the girl doesn't want a relationship, so he's like, all right, well, I need to get laid. This chick's down. Hey, do you want to go to Costa Rica?
But you save so much money if you get a Costa Rica girl. She's right there.
Yeah, but
Oh my
you have to
gosh.
put in the work. There's the language barriers. Then you're gonna be
That's
2
true.
days in. Then you put in 1 day, and then she might think there's a relationship.
That's true.
I-
Those
Honestly,
girls
like-
might whoop her. Like it's messy.
like, if these girls, that is,
You get a girl that knows her lane, knows her place. I'm coming here to lay in this bed for 3 days, and then I'm getting blown back
the
out.
professional side chick, the girl who knows.
that's like, see, to me, that's
1-800
like,
side chick.
that's like crazy to me, because I could never, like, if the girl knows there's nothing more, then yes. But like, I'm an emotional person, so I don't think, like, first of all, I wouldn't want to be like knowing willingly that this famous guy is just using me. He's in love with Courtney.
But you might be using him for his penis.
Exactly.
True.
Or for the
But I'm not
benefits,
like
you're getting a flight to Costa Rica. I
I
use
know.
the benefits.
I know. It's like while he's hanging with his
guess.
family, you can go off and actually enjoy your
Okay,
vacation.
okay, I get that. Like a lot of people.
I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
a lot of people are like, oh, okay, like, at least he's in under his own roof, like off to the side, whatever. The bigger picture here is that he is doing all of this while he's on a family vacation
Yeah,
with
it's
his
weird.
children, while he's still like forcefully, somewhat playfully kissing his ex. It's all messed up. Like, like this is not morally okay. Like a lot of people think, oh, it's fine. Like we're in 2017, we can do and screw whoever we want. It's trashy. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
It's trashy and it's not okay.
I think it's like worse than Dubai.
Disrespectful,
I don't know
awful.
why. I think maybe because Courtney's physically there with his children.
What if would it be still trashy if he actually, if this wasn't like a jump off and he told them from the beginning, like before they left on the trip, like
It would still be trashy.
No,
don't know.
if he
I don't
says
think- I
like
don't-
this is my girl or
yeah,
something,
or this
I
is the
think
girl
it'd
I'm
be okay.
dating, and you're not gonna
Yeah.
see the girl at all. She's not interacting with the family. This is who I'm gonna be
Then
with.
I would say, okay, go ahead and just do that, but just don't come on the trip because we're having family time, you idiot. Like,
But they
don't
brought China's son.
Yeah,
and
and
he's not
Tyga.
really technically a part of the family.
Well, I mean,
well,
it's
they
still
were
kinda-
together
He's
at
the-
the time. You know
I
what I'm
guess.
saying?
It's iffy because I think that I don't know if it's only about sex, which clearly is because he's doing stuff with the family all the time, except for
Right.
at night why did you? It was 4 days. You couldn't not get
Yeah,
it.
he could have waited.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's judgment. Say it, he couldn't.
I don't know.
Because he's a sex addict.
I'm just saying.
That's
like,
what didn't he say he's a sex addict?
to me, I feel like
He's a sex addict.
if he let Courtney know and Courtney was okay with it, and he's like, look, she's not gonna interact with anybody. I'm just letting you know so you don't find out.
Then it's
then
different.
That's
I
different,
think it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
However,
It's still trashy though.
I don't think it's trashy. If you let the people know and you say it's okay, then
Exactly.
Like, what are you
I
gonna
think-
do when your kids grow up and they see this relationship, this messy relationship?
It's already a mess, though.
Yeah.
Their kids are gonna look at this and be like, "Wow, my dad like was supposed to be spending time with me on a trip, and instead he had some girl over."
That's
at
a
his house."
long time away.
Who
Yeah.
cares? It's still. I mean, I am like literally like that is just so trashy. I don't care if you have it predetermined. It doesn't take away the level of trashiness in my eyes.
I mean, we have to think of it like this, though. Like, I mean, Scott has not done the best things in the past, so it's like I feel like it's not that he's a bad person, but he kind of is that kind of person that just does whatever he
Douchebag.
wants and douchebag.
You know,
So
I've
it's like
always,
this is not that like different for
I mean,
him.
I've always liked him, but like, come on, like your kid, you have children. Like,
Yeah.
respect yourself and your children. Like, what are you doing?
I think it's trashy now. I think if he were to say like,
don't
"Hey,
know,
she's
because
coming,"
then you had-
it wouldn't be. But since he didn't say that, it is.
right, and then you have Courtney with half naked picture. Like, I mean, like the family in general. I'm not throwing stones at anybody because everybody has their things. But like you're saying that the kids, it's trashy for them to possibly see their father do this. You know, later on they're gonna see the show. But you have Courtney posing half naked. Like, you know, you don't
You're
necessarily
right.
you don't want to see your mom doing that. But then 10 years from now, you're gonna see all your aunts in some
I get
pose
that.
and something else.
I
So
get
it's just
that.
kind of like.
well,
I guess maybe because
the
they
kid front.
like that is more like, oh, it's a photo shoot, whatever. It doesn't make it like some people think it's not okay to pose nude or whatever. It's like photo shoot. It's like for work. But like if you're sneaking around with women behind closed doors and like when you're supposed to be having fun with your kids,
See,
that's
yeah,
You're
different.
picking and choosing because
This
people
is-
can call that trashy.
exactly. Like think about this. This is what I think. Like, this isn't throwing shade at the Kardashians. We love them. We watch their show. But a lot of people think they're trashy. A lot of people don't like the Kardashians. They're very controversial. So that whatever Scott does, people look at just Kim Kardashian in general and think she's trashy. That's just an example. So just from what something Scott does, think about it. Their pictures are all over the internet. Kim is legitimately nude.
Naked, yeah.
And like it's not just work. These are to make
Instagram
themselves
or-
relevant. Like that's just how it is. So it just depends on how you look at it because a lot of people think the entire family's trashy. So it's like I wouldn't be too concerned on just what Scott does.
I don't know. I mean, I get it. I get what you guys are trying to say, and you're trying to like loop it all in together.
Dakota, you're
into this
wrong
nice
and you
little
suck.
package.
I'm
No,
kidding.
but I mean, personally, I'm
kidding.
just,
I love you.
I don't know. I just think it's awful. But I do want to say, Natalie H in the chat, thank you so much for sending us love from Switzerland.
Wow. Hello.
Thank you for watching. We love you so much. Hearts back. Hearts back. Okay, so in the end, I love how the girls are like bringing Chelsea up. Like, oh, Chelsea. Chelsea. Oh, okay. Chelsea Handler. No,
That
Chelsea
was so
Clinton.
funny.
And he's sitting there going,
hilarious.
oh my god.
No, because she was like, because the way they said it, I think was funny. They're like, oh my God, when Chelsea defended Barron Trump, like the way they were just like talking about it, he was just like, every time he's like, oh.
Do you think they were acting, or do you think like Chloe just wanted to like? Because Chloe seems like a really straightforward person to me, and she would have, if the cameras weren't there, she would have just called him out like, hey. Or do you
I
think
think
it
she was having fun doing it.
I think they
so
were
too.
kind of
I
like
think
playing
she-
with the mouse before they
Yeah.
eat it. Type of
I don't think she was doing it because she wanted to like I just want to like jump into it. I think she was legitimately like love watching him like squirm. Like
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
think she had a good time watching it go down.
Did you hear what Chelsea said? He was like,
Does he think he can't get away with this stuff? Like it baffles me. Like sometimes, like when somebody gets caught 3, 4, 5 times, that like, hey, not only do you have your ex-wife, your wife, or whatever, like knowing, but doesn't care, but then you have like your sister-in-laws who are all up in your business because that's the type of family you are.
security's gonna tell
Right.
them.
So it's just like the fact that he thinks that he was, I don't know, like you thought you were going to get away with this?
If you were like a normal family without cameras and stuff, like it'd be a little easier. But like, do they not think you have to go through security when you're
Right.
going to hang out with a celebrity?
Yeah.
While and also the show is being filmed. It's not like that's on off season. Like it's
Yeah.
just weird to me.
Why wouldn't I don't understand why he's not like used to why isn't this like if you're gonna bring the girl, you should be able to do this better.
He's a sex
Yeah.
addict.
But I mean, you could be a sneaky sex addict. Why?
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand. Like,
I'm just
you know
kidding.
this girl's gotta go through security. You should be like, hey, I'm gonna send my own security guards, or hey, girl, take a taxi to this spot.
yeah,
I'll pick you up
like,
from
you know,
here.
yeah,
007, this type of
He
thing.
like doesn't plan it right.
Right.
Like, hey, just meet me at the
Terrible.
hotel, and then she's probably there like, so can I be let in? And they're like,
No.
for who? And he's just like running around like.
Like, if you're gonna cheat right. Like,
That's what I say. Amen to that.
I mean,
go all out.
If he's gonna, I mean, yeah, he's very like he's not very good with
Yeah,
however
he's lazy with
he's
it.
lazy. He's
Yeah.
just ready
Because
for the
this
girl
is
to come to
this
him.
is what I think. I think that he just, for some weird reason, he just thinks he can get away with things. Like, oh, it hasn't worked in the past, but let's just see what happens this time.
Yeah, but he's always
every time.
He's always let back in the fold. Like, this is like, say this was your family and somebody cheated on your daughter or whatever. It's like, all right, well, you're out now. But because I believe both his parents are gone, like he doesn't have technically anybody else. He knows that they're always gonna feel sorry for him. And he's always
I
gonna
would
be
be
let
on
back
my
in the
best
fold.
freaking behavior.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be out there thoughting around. Like I really
Especially what
wouldn't.
just happened with Kim.
Yeah. You
Like,
knew.
it's like it's not like, oh, that happened in the past. Like, that just happened.
Yeah.
He didn't even wait like a month.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I just think that he needs to kind of get it together. I mean, part of me honestly thinks this might be a contractual thing where he is just like, hey, I will be around. I will, do whatever you guys want to do for storylines. Like
Right.
if you want to make me do this, or if you want to hire a random girl to blur out the face to make it,
Yeah.
make our show have get those ratings again. He might be like, I'll just be that trashy dude. Like if you need me,
Oh, so
come
you think
through.
he's using the Kardashians? He knows that
No.
he needs.
No, I
they
think
need the
that the
storyline.
Kardashians are saying, "Hey, look,
The producers
why don't
are
the producers or whatever? They're like,
Paying him
hey,
to be a douchebag.
yeah, like we'll pay. You'll make all this money. You'll get all this fame.
Well,
you'll
it's
get
true.
everything, but-
Shows do that. Reality shows, if you're not getting, if they're not getting what you want from them, or if they're not getting what they want from you, oh, let's kick it up. Let's have you do this. Do you mind? Like, and it won't be also outwardly. It'd be like, yo, do you mind like just doing this? It won't be that big a deal, and it kind of like brings you into it.
I could see them having an agreement.
I hope, because I want Scott to be a better boy.
However,
than he
I don't
is.
know, because in there was a I don't know if you're gonna bring it up in the news with TMZ with Scott say so Courtney is now dating somebody
Oh, yes, I
who's
got
like
all of
20
that
something years
lined
old.
up.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, and there was a report from TMZ I think today that was saying Scott is legitimately like not okay with this. So I don't know if it's like art imitating life or this is what's really going on, but it's just kind of like
It's a lot.
yeah.
And we're gonna jump into predictions, but first, I do want to say the preview for next week. I rewinded it and played this last part. Chloe was like, "Oh, you want it so wet? Well, here you go. There you have it." And
Yeah.
freaking throws the drink on him. I
So
was
good.
like,
I love Chloe.
I was looking around the studio to see if anyone else saw, because I was like, I need someone to talk about this too.
I love
Oh my
Chloe.
god,
Yeah.
it's so good.
Oh,
I was like, we were watching it because when we were fast forwarding through commercials, we looked and we're like, they are gonna cut this off because
was
right when it got back to commercial, it said like 3 minutes to go. I was like,
Yeah.
they're not gonna, they're
they do
not
that a
gonna
lot
do
to
it.
us.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
To be continued
they're
is the worst.
so lucky that it's not like it's you can do that to Scott.
Yeah.
You can't do that to Kanye.
Oh,
You can't
shoot.
do that
Definitely
to
not.
that. Like you couldn't do the Tristan. Like you can't do that to Tristan or no, or even Corey. Like it's
Definitely not.
So like the fact that I guess that could have been definitely a thing as far as TV makings. Like Scott, you're gonna take some water. It's like okay. And
See,
just-
I think
Like
so.
he's just like, yeah, okay. Like, do you want me to act like an ass? Like he like doesn't care.
yeah.
Because he's doing a lot better. You haven't heard about like the drunken Met. Like you haven't heard him be like that. So I feel like they randomly will just throw Scott doing something crazy once in a
Right.
while.
And then they do damage control, and he like paints in the grass with Chris and like from past seasons and stuff. But anyway,
What?
I do want to touch on like there's like
What?
there's a few little things I want to hit that happened in the episode that were kind of random and just thrown in there. Like Kim visiting the children's hospital, I thought that was really cute.
Yeah.
Loved that. Chloe surprised Simone, Chloe surprised that Simone still hangs out with Kim after, like,
And then she got fired, Simone.
no way.
Yeah.
Wait,
Did
what?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Start over. Why would she be surprised?
Why?
Wait,
Why are they
well, she
surprised
was
at
just-
Simone?
They were
was
just
just
like, oh,
playing.
I'm surprised that Simone is still hanging out with Kim after she almost
She's in
died.
Paris.
because she was in Paris
She
whenever.
got tied up or something. She was in the
Oh,
she
that
was
Simone
in the
was in
house.
Paris with them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I forgot
Anyway,
that.
I want to hear what's going on.
Yeah. She get fired.
Chloe, so this is, I didn't get to fact check, but this is what my hairdresser told me. Chloe is suing
that.
Simone.
Why?
And then there's something, I'll look it up on my computer, but there's something that's thing with them. And then I think, I believe the rest of the Kardashians, like, because I think she was good friends with Kim, they
Yeah.
fired her. But
Why?
I will
Look that
And
up.
you don't have any. You don't have any like reason why that you know.
There's something between her and Chloe as far as like lying. I think she accused Chloe of stealing a certain line because I think Chloe has her jean line out. But I will. I will.
Because I didn't know if it
Shady
like.
boots.
Ooh, like that's
hope
not
that's
a good
on
idea
camera.
to get on all of the Kardashians' bad side. There's like 50 of them. That's
Oh yeah, but she's working with like other, according to my hairstylist, she's working with like other like really big celebrities
Exactly.
too. So it's
Oh,
not,
I think I stumbled across an article. I can't wait to see what happens because that seems crazy. But let's go ahead and get into some news and gossip.
Woo.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Sipping my tea real quick.
Also, before you start that, sorry, just know that now we saw Kylie and Tyga together, but they're not together anymore now.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
I think this
They
is an
break up-
official. No, I think this is an official break.
Oh, how long's it been with them? It's been on and off for a while.
It's been on and off for a long time, but she's actually with what's his name?
21 Savage?
No, I
who's
don't
that?
Travis Scott?
No,
No.
no.
Is he a rap? Is he?
He's like a rapper, yeah. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Really quick though, Kylie and Tyga like hijack Chloe's room, which was really funny. And then Kim has to go to New York halfway through this Costa Rica trip to talk to in New York to like the French police.
Yeah, they flew down the judge.
Yeah, 17 suspects were arrested, and they've been following her for 2 freaking years.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. But okay, so the first photo that we have here is this is really sad, but apparently like the ratings are dropping even though they're having all these crazy things happening. The show's ratings are continuing to drop.
Didn't they say that 2 years ago?
They did.
They've been saying that for
They've
a
been saying that for a
while.
long time. I mean, after a show goes on for seasons and seasons, like 13 seasons, maybe, eventually views don't come in as much. But I did love how they did like the 2 interviews. Like, you know how like the interview during the show, they had like 2
We were
girls
saying
sitting
that,
next
where
to
it
each
was
other, like,
Chloe and Courtney, or Chloe and Kim, and then Kim and Courtney.
The second they put them in, we're like, whoa, we
I
love
know.
that.
We love
And
that.
it's so cool because Courtney responded to a fan who said, "I'm living for this," and she's like, "We're doing it from now on." So there you go. And I'm like, yes,
Yes.
that is so
Because
funny.
something about it, why did we like that? Like something about it felt really.
Yeah.
Because they were interacting with each other and joking around. It brought a new level. Because usually they're like, "I was so pissed," but then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, like they were just having a good time.
Yeah, no, for real. But
Yeah.
like what you were saying though about the ratings, insert Scott Disick.
There you
At
go.
the
See,
ratings.
that's why.
Do you see what I'm
that's
saying?
why
The
I
way
thought
you
about
just
this
said
today.
that, I'm like,
I don't know, but does anybody care now?
I don't know. But let's talk about this though, because Scott here on Cinco de Mayo, we got this photo of him going in, and I wanted to show you this photo, but the next photo is the one I actually like. This is what people are talking about. Is he showed up with Ella Ross, who's blonde, and I'm not sure if that's Chelsea or if that's not Chelsea. I don't know who that is, but she's I think she's a model, and that is who.
And
he's
she's
been hanging.
19.
Nuh-uh.
I had to say it.
What?
She's 19.
She's legal. How old Scott? 30 something?
33.
that's
But
still a very.
Really?
No.
You could at least get a girl who can
Okay.
drink legally.
Yeah.
Okay, but
You could get a
Courtney,
21-year-old.
Courtney's guy is 23 and she is.
And
That's fine. Take him to Cinco de Mayo. This girl, I can't even take you to the bar.
Oh my gosh,
You
Cinco
can't even
freaking
celebrate
de
with
Mayo
me.
is the day
You're
this-
right,
oh,
actually,
wow.
because there's a difference when they're not like. I know it's not that big a deal, but when you can't drink and go to bars, it just feels a lot younger. I remember, I just felt when I was 21, I was like, wow, I can actually. I don't
I
know.
know.
It's
That's-
just very
yeah.
different. I don't have a problem with age difference. I've dated guys that are a lot older
I know,
than me.
so
Doesn't
Wow,
bother me.
but this is crazy. This is
just- that's
insane.
just
I want you
crazy.
both to be legal. Like, come on, girl, let's go. Let's turn up together. It's like, okay, you got to sit out in the car. I'm going to try to
Yeah, but
sneak
that
you a
doesn't mean
vodka
because
and
they can't
cranberry.
drink in the bar doesn't mean they're not pre-gaming.
I mean, that's true.
And they'd probably honestly let her in regardless.
Yeah.
If she's with
Oh
Scott
my
and she's a
gosh,
model,
That's
like
so
Yeah.
true.
She's a cute girl, but still.
Kylie Jenner's been allowed to go places since she was.
like 16,
Oh, yeah.
17.
That is very true.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Well, girl, work on your career while you're getting all this press.
I know.
nobody knew about you. You better turn this brand bigger.
Because here we are talking about you, girl.
You better work on that supermodel brand.
And
Think
she-
business, boo.
And she is cute. She's cute. She's put together.
She better think business before love.
I mean,
She the
And
next
I
one on the
wanted to
list.
add in one thing that's this not news and gossip, but I wrote this down and I said I wanted to talk about it. I forgot. So where they stayed, the Villa Manzu in Costa Rica, the villas, guess how much it is a night?
how much?
Just guess.
Like 20,000?
What do you think?
Well, that's a lot.
2,300.
Okay, so it's either 16,000 to 27,000 it ranges.
Not bad.
A night?
What? That's yes.
So
a
I was
night.
the
Yeah, but
closest
there's no,
one.
but there's like what? I couldn't even count how many kids were there. There was a billion kids. There's like 10 people.
So I was pretty
you
close.
split that like a couple
No,
hundred
no, no,
bucks.
no, no, no. Like
They didn't pay
per
that.
like night for the room.
Yeah.
Like room.
That was a that was a
Condo,
That was a
like,
condo
house.
though. They can't
Really?
charge for the rooms. Yeah, you didn't see. It's a condo.
I thought they were just rooms in a hotel.
No.
No, it was a big
Well,
condo
okay,
house.
well this is 16,000 for. I just looked up a nightly stay. I didn't put in condo.
I was
This
pretty
is
close.
night.
Because what might happen in some of those places, they have the hotel a little bit further out where you can rent the rooms, and then in the back they have the house parts where you can actually rent the whole house.
Oh, okay,
so
so this
crazy.
one, this
Yeah.
was just like
Because
rooms
if it's
then.
27 by 10 or 20 or how many people, there was a lot of people. I couldn't even.
That's
at
an
least 10.
expensive vacation, but
It's
they might
so
get
much.
it for free because they're
Oh, they
promoting
got-
it.
It's
they
definitely
got
free.
that
They
for
got it
talked-
for free because it said they like zoomed in on where it was,
Inside.
They
and
showed the
for free.
room.
and look what it did
Exactly.
for me. I went to look it up. Obviously, I cannot afford that, but
You better work.
No, but because they spent like 5 minutes talking about this place, and I was like, girl, we know you just promo
I
plugging it.
know.
You know,
Like,
it's-
better get that business deal.
people
though.
that can't afford it are never gonna be able to go there, and these people that could buy like 50 million of them.
Never such a. Why not? Why won't you be able to?
All right, one day.
One day,
Yeah.
we'll all
Let me
go.
get
Just
on the
right now,
poll
I
real
can't.
quick. I'll make it.
Oh, that will bring up the ratings. Let's do that.
Yes. Okay, so this next photo is of Courtney and her new guy.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
how to pronounce his name. It's like Yoons Benjima. He literally looks like a human Ken doll.
Am I the only one that I like? I've
23?
only seen Courtney with Scott, and I just don't see Courtney as like a
Really?
very emotional, sexual person. Like I just never see her with a guy. So to like imagine her with a guy, I don't know. It's weird to me.
I think she treats him the same way. There's a picture of her and him. I think she had like coffee, like, and she was like in her like not flip flops, but she was like, you know, just chilling, and he's like right beside her. But it's like the same, just insert guy here. Like she just seems unbothered. Like,
Do you think that like, but okay, whenever she finds out that Scott brought a girl on the trip, she's like, when I get back to LA, you know how many guys I'm.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like, oh
I don't
my
think that's
gosh.
her.
I don't
Like,
think so either.
I think she's actually doing
But
it.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like she just has that whole persona. Like she's not going and like hooking up with guys all the time. Even if she is, she just doesn't seem bothered ever by anything. So to think she's like serious with a guy, not Scott,
I
is
feel
so
like-
weird to me.
I feel like they're probably having sex. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
But I think
mean,
this is. I think the great thing about Courtney, because they're in the limelight, I think Chloe took a page out of her book, is that she separates the relationship. So even when you catch her with the guy, it looks like, all right, cool, but you're never gonna catch her like lovey-dovey. Like you never catch her
Yeah.
in any of those positions, those type of positions with any of the guys that we photoed. We got photos of her with.
I actually saw. I somehow ended up like on the first season of the Kardashians, and I was like, I just want to see the difference in all of them. And her and Scott were so much more lovey-dovey. Like
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
crazy. I looked and they're like, ew, get a room, guys, and they're like laughing and kissing, and like
Right.
she looked really happy. So it just made me like. She just seems to have been since then a very distant.
Well, it's just
person.
like if somebody like puts their relationship on Facebook, and then you like after you do that, you're not gonna. Well, I hope you learn not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're
Right.
together. Oh, we're here, and then 5 months later, like their person's no longer there.
And
Learn
maybe
from that mistake.
Courtney like kind of stopped being physical or maybe Courtney stopped being physical with Scott because of all of his antics, and maybe she just wasn't sexually wanting to be there with him anymore. But now she's having these new guys, she's all for it or something. You never know.
Oh my
but
God, is he on her Instagram? I want to like.
no, Cardinal Rule, no.
What's his name?
Yoons Benjima. I don't know.
You'll find him on TMZ.
I'll find him.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it's funny because we were all like, "Oh my gosh, Scott! You know, she's 19, but literally Courtney's 37,
What's wrong with that?
I don't mind.
and
that,
he's
yeah.
23. So I mean, like, I
They
guess
can
we
join
should
together.
treat. we
You can
should
do
treat-
a lot of things with those abs. Go on, Courtney.
Oh my gosh.
Go ahead, Courtney girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well the
Take
next
body shots, boo.
I just didn't take her for doing that. I could see like Chloe going for the younger guy.
She's
Yeah.
always like she's been hanging out with young guys
She
for at
has.
least
How,
2 years.
wait, how old is
I
Tristan?
know. I like always
Oh,
forget.
Tristan's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, there you go. They like
Who?
younger men.
Well, Chloe's boo is
Chloe's
25, but I don't think I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. Like, you're right, 25. I don't know why I always thought that he was older.
and I think too, if they date older because they already have money, it's kind of like a weird dynamic. It's really bad, but if they date older, they already have their money, they're established. So some old guy's gonna try to shape them, and they're not about that. So it's better to go with somebody who's not as established because now you get to run the show.
That's
So
true.
like it makes more sense to do that for them.
And we've seen photos of her running around with Justin Bieber before.
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
Quincy, Justin Bieber. There's been a couple, at least 4 guys.
You think she hooked up with Justin Bieber?
yeah.
I don't know if she hooked up with him,
know.
but
I
I think
don't
they
think-
hung out.
I think so too.
I
Just
think
nice
they-
little dates,
I don't
like
know.
just hanging out, movies.
Yeah, you
That's
hang out
not
with a
Justin's
guy.
style.
Yeah.
Justin's very into.
Right, but I don't know. I don't
see them
don't
sleeping
see it.
together.
I don't either.
I see it.
I see him
it.
trying and her laughing, and then like he's like,
Stop.
oh, and then it's like, oh, you're cool. Like he realizes that she's cool beyond, something to put his thing in.
Because
Yeah.
We're so bad tonight, guys.
I remember when he was like talking about Kim Kardashian. He was like little. It was like right when his his first song came out, and he had like the hair, and he was on Ellen. And he's like, oh, like something about Kim. He's like, yeah, I asked her out, and it's really funny because I could see now he does that to Courtney, and I could so totally see her, like you said, like stop, like laughing, and then him being like, okay, never mind, this is
I don't
not
know.
together.
Oh, you're
They
just so
become friends.
cute.
Yeah.
I think it happened, you guys. But anyway, this other thing I wanted to talk about was Kim released this crazy application to compete to be the beauty director of the Kardashian apps. And basically it's going to be a lifetime show called Glam. What is it? Glam Masters. So I guess this is like a new show that Kim is executive producing or
On
something.
what?
So then what?
Lifetime.
So then what? Who's doing what? What?
I guess it's like a bunch of like beauty gurus who are like competing against each other.
I've heard of
To
this.
see who's gonna be the glam master, to see who's gonna be like the beauty
saw-
director of the Kardashians.
I saw. Oh yeah, I saw that a while ago. I saw
Yeah.
like a posting for it, but you had to have like a certain amount of followers. Like you had to be pretty big, and then to be able to compete.
I
That's
saw
crazy.
like what Puffy did years ago, where he had something like for an
Exactly.
executive or something like that. No, he had something after that, like an
Oh.
executive thing where they all came and they were vying to be like a position in his.
Oh, I remember like it was like apprentice style though.
Yeah.
To be like his executive assistant
yeah.
or something.
But a little bit
I
more than
remember that.
something like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, come on, like if this show's gonna actually happen, like I want to see like Kim on the show. I want to see the girls showing up, because if it's just gonna be like just people that I don't really know, I'm not gonna really watch. Like if Kim is really involved, I'll watch.
Right.
So what is she, the executive producer?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, she's
Well,
involved. She released this
If it's like,
application for
Okay.
the show.
how about if it's like what Courtney, what
Chloe?
Chloe was like with Revenge Body.
Body?
She was not on the whole thing,
But I
but
loved it.
they put her in the beginning, the end, and sometimes in the middle. Maybe something like
maybe
that.
like that. Maybe like
Yeah.
that. But you guys, thank you so much for joining us. I'd say for a few more minutes, but it's freaking hot in here, and we got to get out of here. But
Good call.
like,
It is literally
I'm
like
just being real.
like Dakota's like, all right, let's go.
He's like, it's,
I'm out. Like, where's the air conditioning, guys? But we love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, where can everyone find you on social
Love when he
media?
gets like that.
oh, that is a boss move right there.
We're
That's
like-
too hot.
We're
we
out.
are shutting this down. We are out of this. like, I don't even care about the time.
And I was gonna wear like a sweater today. I'm like, it's always literally freezing in the studios.
know.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna be cold, but look, I'm the only one today that's
I'm gonna
not.
freaking
it's hella cold
sweatshirt.
outside.
Yeah.
Anyway, where can we find you on social media?
So that's something I would thought you'd do, and I really love you more for
Thank
it.
you.
Go
You can
on.
find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Howard III, and of course my website, howardthird.com.
All right, you guys, and you can find me everywhere at Mr. Dakota T. Jones and my new talk show, Millennial Hollywood, on AfterBuzz TV's Popcorn Talk. Next week, Friday, I'm interviewing a casting director to talk about what goes on when actors leave and how they choose and everything like that. But we're out of this thing.
Wait, you didn't.
Dakota was
Damn,
like,
son.
she never.
You didn't even get to say anything.
Wait, you didn't say goodbye?
You?
No,
Justine
we didn't
or
say
TK?
anything.
Okay, go for it. Go for it.
I mean, you can find me wherever because Dakota just wants to leave. So
No, I thought
just
you guys
find
already
me.
went
Just
down.
just find me
Listen,
online.
just
You'll
look
find
her
me.
up.
All right, you can find me everywhere at Let's Face It with Justine
Oh my
and
gosh.
Twitter. Let's Face It 33. I just have to hurry up because Dakota needs to leave.
No, it's fine.
You
Go
can
for
find
it.
me on everything at TK Trinidad.
Just look them up.
Just look. You'll find it at the bottom of the YouTube page. Okay, ciao. See you guys
I
later.
love you guys. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.